extraordinary people. So in that room, I am dealing with a demographic of gays, females, some males, and dentists. The dentist wants to increase his income. The other person wants to maintain their job. And so I hit him right in the gut. I said, what would create the most pain here? When they answer the phone, they lose all the revenue. That was the entire premise. We're going to teach them how to answer the phone and what to say. We're going to teach them triage. How to make sure you don't lose the caller. You see, most people lose all their business from the first point of literally lifting the phone because they say the wrong things. They don't get the phone number. They can't call them back, or they're unable to help them because the dentist is currently busy and he's not going to take the call. So we created a business called Calls to Profits. I built this thing single-handedly in 2 weeks and 1 day. I walked on stage and I was still in the hallway with my right hand fixing slides. I closed 69% of the room. First time out of the gate, and I said, shit. I said, man, what if I did it again? Now, was the room qualified? Yeah, there were dentists there with their assistants. Would you like to know why they bought? Because this will teach you right now, this will impact the way you think. This is why they bought. I showed them how bad they were. I lined them up at volunteers. This is bad, this is mean. But I warned them. I said, what I'm about to show you will be frightening. I would like every dentist in the room, please raise his hand and promise me that he will not fire his employees. Because you're going to want it when I get done here. Is that a fair warning? Damn right it is. I lined up the dentists and the employees, and not one of them, and I handed them phones. I handed them receivers with cords. I'd throw the phone at them, and I'd go boom, and I'd say, I have a problem, I got a toothache, and I heard it, and I went through all these procedures, all the standard scenarios, and not one of them handled the call appropriately that would have leveraged the deal, and the whole room understood it right there, right then. And I said, look, I shouldn't tell you this, and I know that it's very uncomfortable for you, but there are 48 states in the continental contiguous United States where this is legal. I said, I had a team of 5 people do audits on your businesses. And I bring out a huge rack of DVDs, CDs rather, audio CDs, and they're all in the plastic hanging down. And each one of them has a different dental practice in it with a name. And I said, every single practice that's in this room today was contacted, recorded, and we did audits. And unfortunately, only one passed. Every single one of them, and now I start playing them. You should see the women in the room. Flush. Freaking. I mean, pissed. And the dentists are getting pissed. And they're pissed. And I say, look, it's real simple. I can fix it now. I show them 3 techniques to fix it. And they're taking notes. And I go, it's real simple. Today, if you sign up, we're going to fix this. We're going to retrain your people. We're going to nurture them. I show them a website I built with 64 training modules. And here's the truth. They go there and they click in a code number that we send them by email. And that enables it to play in the video box, and they train at their leisure, completely automated. When I sold that system, I had a total of 2 trainings that were done. Everything else was bullshit. Hadn't built it yet. Oh, bullshit because I knew I could execute it. You follow me? But I knew that by the time they got to training 2, I'd have 4 more made. And of course, I completed the whole sequence. This is a brilliant pitch. And all set up in ways that had never been set up before. I said, by the way, we're not going to send you a big box of trash. I said, if you want to do, I can send you this. And I showed them all these pieces that I built graphically that were all simulations. See, I didn't have time to build anything. I just built the pitch. And I created the illusion of the pitch, which is where I'm going right now. I created the illusion that it existed to find out whether they were going to buy. If only 6 people had bought there, I would have sent them back their money, helped them on the phone, given them some free coaching, and the producer would have been fine. He would have gotten a backlash, and I told him what I was doing. He knew what I was doing, and he knew that I could execute. You must know that you can execute. And I knew that I could deliver. I said, instead of sending you a big box of garbage, we're just going to send you exactly what you need each week for the next 10 weeks. And that way you'll be able to consume it. So what did we do for the next 10 weeks? We made sure that each piece we finished was perfect. And then shipped. We weren't late on one thing. We delivered completely, automated. I still generate revenue from that business that I built on the back end. I built that pitch for someone else, and I took 30% of the profit because I took all the risk. The whole room rushed the table. 69%, by the way, of the existing buying heads, as best we could calculate it, is for ridiculous clothes. Why did it work? Because I got them right in the gut. And you're going, that's mean. Really? You want to know the truth? We told them the truth. They were losing a fortune on the front end. Most people pick up the phone and go, well, the doctor's not here, and I can't really help you right now. Can you call back later? That's not going to get my business. Excuse me, what is your phone number? I get the feeling you're really in pain right now, and in case I lose you on this call, let me write it down. I'll be able to call you right back. I need to know where you are right now. I'm going to go talk to the doctor. If the doctor can't see you now, I'm going to find a doctor. Stay by the phone. Don't make another call. I'll be back with you in the next 2 minutes. Man, I'm really concerned. You sound like you're in pain. How many of you would you'd be listening to that person, wouldn't you? Because you're in pain. They're not calling because they're calling for a cleaning. And every single woman that would answer that phone, primarily women, it's not a comment on women here. I love women. And I'm a lot more respectful than most men. This is a comment on the reality that most people in these offices who answer the phones are female, the majority in the States. I pick up the phone, I call, and I'm doing all the audits. I'm doing it myself, by the way. We didn't hire anyone. Oh, by the way, all the CDs were bullshit. There were only 3 that we called. And if they wanted their audit, we'd send it to them. So we sold them that for an extra $300. And then we'd actually do it. So every call sheet that went, I had someone that would actually call and then do it. And then we sent it to them. And none of them were done. Why waste the money if you didn't sell it? So today, what you're going to create here is an illusion. And then you're going to test it in a micro market. Not at his event. You're going to test it somewhere else. I figure out exactly what I can do, and before I spend the money, I create a mock-up. Let me tell you how to create a mock-up right now. You go to your shelf, and you take someone else's system you already bought that's collecting dust. And you pull out all the sheets, and you take the stuff you created on your home computer, which I'm going to show you how to create, and you put it in, and you don't even have to buy a box. You should be laughing right now, because it's bloody brilliant. How many of you have systems you've never used, and you could easily just pull them apart, put your labels on top, and make it look like the mock-up that you know you're going to build? So, is this a lie? Is it unethical? Not at all. Because when you tell them it's going to be there in 2 weeks, it has to be. At my first event for Dan Kushel, speaking from the platform, okay? At my first event with Dan Kushel, I went in there with a total simulation. Nothing had been built, nothing was on video, nothing was on audio, nothing was on DVD, nothing. I sold 38% of the room. Now I had a problem. I had to execute. I left there, 2 weeks blocked out. 2.5 weeks later, everything was shipped there, not one complaint, one cancellation. How many think it's a lot smarter than producing something, spending a fortune, and finding out it doesn't work? Now, do you build your pitch before you build your product? No. That's why I'm teaching you this first. It's a lot more glamorous if I show you how to build a pitch right now and get you performing right now. Oh, you'd be going, this is really fun, man. This is exciting. That's tomorrow. We've got to get to the hardcore here of actually building product. And so pay close attention. Thinking naturally is the key. This is the Pitch Builder Questionnaire. I've got a little gift for you, and it was motivated. They say, when someone is ready to receive, they will be there. Well, Craig Whitley spent the same money you're spending here, but then he went more. He hired me for privates. I was surprised. He came up with that much money, but he did. And he begged me to be there for him, and I made time, even though I don't do it typically. He took my work, my thinking, and Mal's thinking, and he integrated both. And he created something that is infinitely better. No, not infinitely better. Different. And I asked permission to give it to you, even though he wasn't going to, because it is something that he will now sell for a lot of money. So I would like you all, without applauding, without saying thank you, to acknowledge silently the fact that he is giving you something that represents my work, everything he learned from me, hundreds of hours went into it. This is not it. Do we have them here? Do I have a stack? Is this the whole deal? Okay, I just want one of them. Oh, they're all stapled. Okay, so at the break, you're going to pick up one of these and not before. Not before. Not before. At the break, you'll go back there. There's a stack on one side, a stack on the other. Every one of you will take one of these. This is called the Profit Point Accelerator. This should not be given to you today, because quite frankly, if you were to answer these questions, your pitch is built. If you actually answer these questions, your product is designed. If you answer these questions, you understand the mindset that Mal and I and Craig, when we build a pitch now, this is the entire process. You have no idea how valuable this is. This is not on my assets disc. This is a gift for you, and I want you to have this because it is that good. So silently right now, acknowledge, silently say thank you, Craig. Because he spent a lot of time on this, and he did this for the clients that he's now selling to, and he gave me permission to give it to you as a gift. Now listen carefully. Before you fill out that one, you're going to fill out this one right here. This will be included in your assets. First question will be, what precisely is your system made up of? How many of you would agree it's very hard to determine that right now? You'd be writing down bullshit on a piece of paper. Am I correct? It'd be a load of crap. Number two, what problem does everyone share in common that you can solve? What is the unified architecture? Well, one problem is that anyone in business today that doesn't have a website is an idiot. Because a website comprises over 50% of my ongoing revenue. A website is a support mechanism. Therefore, anyone without a website is an idiot. Anyone that has a website that doesn't generate cash doesn't understand what a website must have. So that's what that is about. If we're choosing internet, and that's a big part of the game now. If you're a real estate professional and you don't have a website, you're an idiot. You have to be able to show what it is you have if you buy or sell or transfer or train. Any industry must have a website. A world champion bodybuilder just flew to Los Angeles from Canada. He spent 4 days with me around the clock to build everything that he needed. He's a natural bodybuilding champion, professional trainer. You may wonder why he did that, because he didn't want to figure it out. We also built his pitch. He can now stand in front of a room and take them apart. He'll be generating easily $110,000, $120,000 a month. I'm not kidding you, in automated training. I created a modular series where people put in their credit card and they can train by hour, by month, or by year. He now has a coaching program completely video driven. How many think it's a pretty good idea? Real simple. And the videos can be transported, and they have the right to download the video on their computer. They can move it anywhere, anytime when they work out. He only teaches them to use their body weight, a couple rubber bands, and the walls of their home. So they don't need specialized equipment, they don't need a gym. And she'll tell you right there, you can transform your body without going to a fancy gym. Next, is it easy? Can I do it? Does it actually work? Every single component must go through the Mary Kay chain of examination. What 3 extraordinary techniques can you teach anyone? Now that's a biggie. You've got to pick 3 things that you can transfer to any audience. And most of you are going to have a lot of problems with this, because some of you are so into your brain, so into the intellectual process and the academia of teaching every nuance. You show someone a website, you show them the lead page. You show them the capture page, the squeeze page, the landing page. You explain it must do this and that, and here's what it is, and here's how we do it. I'm going to teach you that here. When they go into the site, here, you create value, here are the gifts, bang, convert, call to action. If you're going to teach how to design a website, you don't teach them every nuance, you show them what's going to make the money. And then, of course, I ran out of time, so we'll get the rest. If you're going to get them up and running, your pitch, and I have no idea because I never watched it entirely, I just watched you close. That was interesting to me. Her pitch, and I don't even know if it's in there, if she's selling internet sites, you do sell internet sites, yeah? Should demonstrate right in front of the audience. This is what I did. You hired me at 25 grand a day, and you can't right now because I'm not in the mood. So if she hired me, I would do one thing. I would go, are you currently taking someone from the audience, live, designing their site, and posting it, and showing revenue stream during the pitch? Because if you do that, you've torn the room apart, you're done, there is no pitch. You're done, you're finished. It's over. Any disagreement? Would it work? Damn right it would work. Tear the room apart. You add in testimonials, verifying old people, young people, and children. How many of you buy from that person? If you saw it happen right in front of you, how many of you would be buying her solution to build your site? You're damn right you would. In a heartbeat. Are you currently doing that?
At my big site.
Because it takes longer.
Yeah.
So we need to find a way to simulate it.
Correct.
Okay, so this is called bullshit. What she's going to do now is she's going to get someone that she already built for, she's going to plant them in the audience as a shill, and she's going to have them randomly selected using a technique I will reveal when we're not in here. I'm going to show her how to get someone else to reach inside the fishbowl and pull out someone's business card. Now what did she just do? She just collected all the business cards in the room. How do you do that? You do it by drawing. She comes on the stage and she says, look, let's just cut to the chase. I'm Jenny Amata. And there's something I do look like her, by the way. You're probably having trouble right now due to the similarity in our appearance. I'm Jenny Amata, and they say that I do something really well because a whole lot of people have made a lot of money. And so there's not going to be any no distraction here. I'm not going to perform. I'm not a performer. I'm just going to show you the result. So just, if you would, roll back your sleeves, everyone. Take out a sheet of paper. And I want you to write down, I need a website that actually generates income. And when you write that down, you'll realize you don't have one. Because most don't. And so we're going to prove it right here. I'm going to select someone from the room right now, and I'm going to change their lives, and I'm not going to try and sell you anything. I'm not going to try and close you. I'll be there for you at the end. If you want me to do it for you, you'll be able to ask. It won't be a problem, but there's not going to be any pitch here. I just hate it. I'm really disgusted by pitching. I don't like it. It doesn't feel good in my heart. What's the audience going? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hate that shit. I don't want to be so cool. Show me, do it. So now, someone reaches into the ball. By the way, I'm showing you how easy it is to build a pitch here. You reach into the bowl, pull out a card, and Jenny goes, by the way, do you guys mind if I teach you something unethical right now? Anyone have a problem if I teach you something unethical when it's entirely ethical? Because you're still, you see, the truth is, if she hadn't done the job for the person who's coming up, then it would be unethical. All she's trying to do is, in an hour and a half pitch, get the job done. And you can't get that job done in an hour and a half because you're going live online, and we all know how dependable the internet is for a wireless computer. Give me a break. Microsoft, Bill Gates proved that. He failed. He tried to go live at Comdex. Remember, big story. It was there. It failed. 2 computers, they couldn't get online. Bill Gates. And I'm going, simulated, you asshole. This is ridiculous. What are you doing? Why are you going live? You don't go live. Never go live. Unless you want to, I mean, come on, what are you doing? You got one shot at the money. You're going to go live on the internet? Simulate, if you're going to go live, you better have the whole thing set up so if it doesn't work, you can click right down there and there's your PowerPoint and it'll look like it's live. How do you do that? Right down Camtasia. Camtasia will capture live internet. Anything you do on your computer, it will capture in video and no one knows the difference. No clue. Because it looks identical. All you need to do is match your hand motion. I'm always doing this. I go, yeah, hang on, we'll do that. I'm not doing anything. You know, I can hold my dick and do, you know, the same thing. I mean, it doesn't do anything. But everyone goes, wow, he's really good. Look at what he's doing. It's amazing. Look, he's so skillful. You know, and I'm like, you know, I'm talking to him. I go, hang on, I think I can do that without looking. And hang on, let me type it in over there. You know, I'm typing on my ass, and they're going, hey, this is great. I'm learning. This is great. So Jenny Amata picks the card out. Here's the unethical thing. Everyone write down, draw a picture of a fishbowl right now. Boy, I really shouldn't tip this. You see, the reason I know how to do this stuff is because I worked in the trade show industry, corporate events, and big companies like GM, General Motors, Shell, we're going to bring them in here. Big companies would ask me to make sure someone won the car, and it was always the best client. And I had the lovely job as magician, the last guy in the world you'd want to do the drawing. And they're asked, like they're going to trust me. So I had to figure out a way where I could be the MC and magician, and someone from the audience could reach into a real bowl and pull out a real card. And since everyone's business cards are in creative for the most part, not like yours are pretty good. But most cards all look like white, gray, blue. It's real simple. So watch this. They collect everything in the room, and there'll be a bowl. And someone would reach in. And I'd be in the front of the room here, and the woman would reach in, and she'd be like that. She was a really short female. Really short.